Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. I have a special edition for you. This isn't exactly breaking news because it actually happened on Friday, but somehow with all the inauguration festivities going on, we missed this one. It's off of enenews.com. It says huge crane collapses on Japan nuclear plant, damages spent fuel pool building, area covered in mangled wreckage. TV says workers checking buildings functions to prevent radioactive materials from leaking. There are videos and photos in this article. Put the URL in the description of this video so that you can check it out for yourself. And it says crane falls on building storing spent nuclear fuel at Takahama plant. A crane collapsed Friday night at the Takahama power station, damaging a building housing spent nuclear fuel, the plant operator said on Saturday. An official apologized for the accident at a news conference at the plant, saying the utility would re-examine the risk of crane accidents amid strong winds and investigate the cause of the latest incident. Asahi Shimbun reports here on the 21st that the mangled wreckage of the construction crane at the Takahama nuclear power plant, the 113-meter tall, nearly 400-foot crane used for construction work, collapsed around 9:50 p.m. The plant's operations have been suspended. The mangled wreckage lies on a building used to store spent nuclear fuel. Winds gusting at 50.4 to 54 kilometers, which would be 31 to 34 miles per hour, were raging at the time. A warning had been issued. Another one reports here, GG Press on the 21st says large crane falls down at the Takahama nuclear plant. A 113-meter crane toppled over two buildings Friday night. The operator, the 270-ton boom crane, partially damaged the steel frames of an auxiliary building and an adjoining spent fuel storage facility for the number 2 reactor. The central control room for the reactor is located in the auxiliary building. Getty Images reported crane falls on Takahama plant building housing spent nuclear fuel, where a crane collapsed a day earlier, damaging a building housing spent nuclear fuel. Manchi Daily says after the incident, the framework of the collapsed crane was seen bent along the building on which it fell, and the metal rails on the edges of the roofs of the two affected buildings were damaged. A worker at the plant's central control room heard a loud sound and checked to find one of the 4 cranes collapsed. NHK reported a large crane has toppled onto the building storing nuclear fuel. Part of the building's roof was damaged. Workers at the plant found that the crane had half collapsed onto the building next to the containment vessel. They confirmed damage to the facility collecting rainwater on the roof, but say they have detected no change to radiation levels in the surrounding area. Nuclear Regulation Authority says its inspectors have confirmed the falling crane caused wall panels inside the building to move. Workers are checking the building's functions to prevent radioactive materials from leaking. The Takahama plant's operational chief apologized for the accident. And there are a lot of comments after this, so if you want to pull that article up to read more about it, there you go. If you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up, share it on your social media so everybody gets to hear the news. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you check that little bell next to the subscription button, a little box will pop up that you can check, and that way you get email alerts every time I put a show up.